Welcome back. In the previous part, we learnt the truth of Elysium. A lot of very, very intriguing information. A lot of theories around what's going on. A lot of theories confirmed, which is cool. Which is always cool. But the question is, where do we start now? I'd be tempted to go Rufus's route, but I feel like we should go back to Reen's and maybe Lloyd's, because they should be tying together based on what happened at the end of theirs. Because there doesn't seem to be a direction in terms of where we should go now, in terms of anything that's been pointed to us. Like, Reen's pointed towards Lloyd's at the end there. But didn't really have that this time, so let's just go from left to right, unless it specifies otherwise, you know. Anyway, Reen's route, let's go. What's going on now? I mean, the fact we started here is interesting. Because this is where we were with Lloyd's route, not Reen's route.
Long time no see, Lloyd.
Again, this just feels like the start of Lloyd's route, not Reen's route. Did I select the right one?
You seem to be doing all right.
We're all fine. Glad that seems to be the case for you two as well.
Also, Yuna, why are you dressed up like me? No response.
Our intel told us you'd come to Crossbell, but it feels much better seeing your face.
I last saw you as the Ashen Chevalier, but I suppose I should think of you more as just one of Class 7 now, shouldn't I?
I don't know why, but the way Randy just said that then is just making me giggle in my head. Just the way he delivered the your face.
I take it you were able to stop whatever was jamming our communications?
Yeah. We managed to disable the device that was responsible. We were able to recover the sonorous seashell that it was using, too. You know, I was worried sick when I heard about what happened at the ceremony. Elisa, Magius, Toa, Sharon.
Lecter.
It's so good to see you all looking well.
The same to you, Reen. What happened to your eye and your hair?
It happens. It's expected these days.
Yeah, what's the story there?
I'm sorry for surprising you. Things have taken some turns, we'll say.
That's one way of putting it.
I see our bracer friends have been fighting the good fight over there.
Thanks, gang. You might also want to know that we were able to rescue Prince Olivert and Lady Scheherazade, so don't you worry another minute about that.
We weren't worried. What?
Really? That is a relief.
It's a shame they had hell to deal with straight off into their honeymoon.
At least they're both all right. If only that spelled the end of our troubles.
Oh, yes.
You're talking about the Supreme Leader's statement, I assume. We were only able to catch part of it.
We heard the whole thing. I'll fill you in.
Blah, 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 blah.
That is sheer madness.
Whoa, steady, Eustace.
He wants the Empire, the Republic, no, the world to swear fealty to him?
Oh boy, this is starting to sound real bad.
I imagine the Empire will remain silent for the time being, but Calvard would never. They won't hesitate to crush Crossbell upon labeling it a terrorist state, and they'll point the fault for its formation at Erebonia.
I wouldn't put that past their new president at all.
Yeah. Even if the Supreme Leader isn't the real Rufus Alperea. That little revelation was quite the shocker.
I can't believe the person responsible for occupying the city isn't even the real guy.
Had we not met the real one in the capital, I wouldn't have believed it either.
Really?
It sounds like we've encountered a number of fakes between us, including the Divine Blade of Wind and the Almighty Conflagration.
We're starting to weed out the replicas from the real ones, though.
The speed at which he occupied Crossbell after breaking out of jail seemed almost impossible till the whole replica angle came to light.
I feel like you suspected he was an imposter even before knowing these replicas existed, Lloyd.
Lloyd's like that. He's a very good detective. Very, very good.
Yeah. There were a few things that struck me as off, for lack of a better term.
He had this bell icon on his arm that was upside down. No one does that. The bell wouldn't work properly. It'd work, just not properly.
Like how Lecter felt his actions as a fellow Ironblood didn't make any sense. Once we learned about all the replicas, everything else began to fall into place.
I see.
Who knew I'd be a clue?
You did, probably.
Well, if he's not the real deal, that makes things simple for us. We've just gotta smash his fake-ass face in.
Easier said than done, I imagine.
I'm with Ash. Especially now we've managed to make our way into Crossbell. Though we're also going to need to be careful of the other replica that we know is at large.
Right.
The phenomenon itself is called assimilation, right? And it's behind all these changes to my body.
We are the Borg?
Yes. It's like he's able to erode your very existence somehow.
Yeah, this is why I feel like there's more to it with this guy compared to what we've had with the other Sims. Because Arios hasn't had any of these symptoms. He seems fine. So why? Rufus seems fine. So why is this one different?
Unfortunately, we can't say for sure what will happen if the process is allowed to continue either.
This is horrible.
That 8th Divine Knight you mentioned must be dealt with. What you're going through matters just as much to us. The SSS will help you however we can, Reen. Let's uncover the truth together.
Thanks, Lloyd. We want to help you just as much. Whatever you need to liberate Crossbell, you can count on us.
And he really does mean whatever. We're clearly going to need all the help we can get to resolve this.
Then allow us to offer our assistance as well.
Dun dun dun.
What?
Rufus?
You right?
Forgive me for listening in, but I had to take the chance once it presented itself.
The question is, once again, it comes down to the 3 different paths, the routes we can take. What exactly is going to be the start of those routes? Does it change based on which one you selected first? Interesting to know or see.
Ren?
Right!
Even the Divine Blade of Wind and Duvalie.
I am pleased to see you again, my friends.
Would you stop echoing everywhere you go? It's quite off-putting.
Pay me no mind. Call me but a fly on the wall of this whole affair.
I apologize for disappearing without notice. Rest assured that Shizuku is well and in the care of someone we can trust.
Yeah.
That's good. I was worried about her.
I mean, I'm still not 100% on Ian Grimwood at this point, but okay.
This is great and all, but when did you get there, Ren?
We thought you were still in Liberl.
I sneaked my way into Crossbell after getting a message from Grandpa York. I couldn't contact you from the inside, and I had to be careful about when to reach out after I joined our fine friend.
Rufus. I see you're still with those same children we saw at the Capitol.
Now that I've revealed myself, I ought to start with some hellos, starting with our dear SSS. It's been some time. As for my friends from Thor's, the ones who were in Heimdall can see I've done away with my mask for the most part. And Claire, Lecter, I'm pleased to see you're in good health.
Nice haircut.
You really are him.
I think all of his helping hands can vouch for him being the real Rufus, yes.
I would like to make it clear that I was not hired to do anything.
That was a hell of a
He only hired Nadia and Swin, not me. Aw, did it bug you that much?
Yes.
He may as well be your boss, though.
So it was you after all. You helped us when we were stuck at the military factory a couple days ago.
Oh!
There we have it. Some faces to match the voices.
I knew it was you, Ren. I knew it!
I figured you would recognize me.
Your assistance then was just as valuable for us, I'm sure you realize. To return the favor, we have information I think you'll find very enlightening.
Are you going to explain everything we just learnt?
It regards the nature of the being behind all of this.
Oh, here we go.
Elysium.
So we now have the kind of technological singularity theorized by Professor Epstein.
How funny. That something so life-ending as the war would be the key to granting new life like this instead.
A super intelligent AI that can calculate, in essence predict, the future. It then realizes its calculations, creating replicas like the Supreme Leader who desired to enact Crossbell's occupation.
And the only way to try and stop it is through its former administrator. Your name is Lapis, I think I heard.
Lapis Rosenberg is correct, yes. But I would ask that you not stare in that boorish manner.
Oh my.
Rosenberg dolls are noble and elegant. They must be looked upon with all the love and respect they are entitled.
I didn't mean to, sorry. I'm just in awe of you.
So am I. Belle's shown me Rosenberg's dolls before, but none of them compared to you.
Her base materials appear very different from combat shells, but the tech involved is still just as advanced.
Her faultless craftsmanship is truly Meister Jorg's signature.
I want to pop open the hood and get a good look at the tech inside.
That's kind of worrying.
How crude! You're awful!
Down, Tita.
I'm surprised they accepted that explanation without hesitation.
They've been through a lot.
Guess future predicting AIs are just Tuesday if you've been through enough crazy in your life.
Or played enough Trails.
Who or whatever now administrates Elysium is without doubt behind my replica.
But still the question is why?
I expect you'll need its former administrator to uncover the truth and liberate Crossbell. Though I am the man who enclosed many of you in a birdcage, and though I had a role in setting the Twilight in motion, would you still be willing to accept my help?
No. Good day, sir. I mean, they can't hear a nod. I mean, they could see them, but still.
Rufus Alberea, on behalf of the Special Support Section of the Crossbell Police Department, I accept.
For now.
We've suffered a hell of a lot at your hands, for sure. But because of that, we know better than anyone just what you're capable of.
It sounds weird when you say it out loud, but it's true.
The only issue I have here is they seem too friendly about it. If I was them, I'd be like, yes, we'll trust you, like I said, for now, but we're going to be keeping an eye on you. Do not double cross us. We are watching you and are ready. That's how I would have approached it if I was them. Because they went through a lot because of him.
Calvert is likely preparing to act as we speak. But if we can swiftly liberate the city and begin negotiating with them, I don't think it's too late to turn this around.
I'm just thinking, Duvali's the one who's had the best response to him at this point, where she's like, you know what, I'm going to fight you right now.
Exactly. So we need to make the logical choice here. The one that will allow us to earn Crossbell's independence once and for all.
Again, I have no issue with going along with this idea. It's just I feel they should be more cautious in their response and approach.
It's time to take back what matters most to us.
Everyone.
Team Liberal's got your back all the way.
As do we.
Just bear in mind that accepting your help here does not preclude you and I from a very long, very overdue talk.
See, this is what I wanted. We've got there. That's all I wanted. Just someone to point out, like, I'm gonna go along with it, but, and that's all I wanted. So, thank you, Falcom. This is exactly what I needed from Eustace here. Thank you.
Once this is over, you may have as much of my time as you please.
Just someone questioning things, you know.
Now then, we shall count ourselves among your number. This will be my chance to right my past wrongs, to complete what I'd left unfinished. And I think there's another reason now as well.
We heard your thoughts, mate.
Rufus.
All right, let's get to work on figuring out a plan.
Right. Don't be afraid to speak up. We'll need all the input we can get.
And thus, they all eagerly began devising a plan to liberate Crossbell City. I like this. I do like this. They wanted to first find a way to use being divided across the region to their advantage. It took no time for a voice to propose using their opened communication lines to coordinate a three-pronged strike on the city. Really? Lloyd's group is going all the way down there? Huh. And they would attack from the south, east, and west entrances, forcing enemy forces to thin their ranks to attack each side at once. Although, when you think about it, it does make sense Lloyd could get to that position because of how we ended up at mines to begin with, so it just seems strange how they just went completely to the opposite side of the map. But yeah, when you consider the underground lines and stuff, it does actually make some kind of sense, because from the prison, it's not easy to get to St. Ursula, but from mines, oddly enough, it is. Yeah. This would make it that much easier to hasten their way to where the Supreme Leader would assuredly be stationed, Orcus Tower. It was also agreed that analyzing the mysterious device in the Castle of Mirrors was of the utmost importance. Professors Schmidt and Russell, as well as Yona and Kia, agreed to head this task. However, this required no strategic input. They were to simply devote themselves to its analysis while the three-pronged operation was in motion. Having finalized plans down to the very last detail, the participants headed toward their respective rendezvous points for the night. All that was left was to rest and wait for morning to come. Again, I do wonder how the other routes are going to start. Are they going to skip that bit? Now that we've seen it here, does that happen regardless of which one you pick? March 22nd, the day of Crossbell's liberation. 9:55 a.m.
We have received word that rebel forces will soon begin their attack on the city.
See, I'd question normally how you know that. But if you've got a future predicting AI, that's how.
So, let them come and see your might as the Ebon Defense Force for everlasting peace!
Victory for Crossbell! Glory to the Supreme Leader!
It appears we're all set here.
Again, I like the idea that they're working with him as part of the plan, because it did seem very odd. But yeah, kind of makes sense.
The White Orchid Dragon is, of course, continuing to be an ever unpredictable element.
Whatever happens will happen. You ready to go? Yes, sir.
Well, well, if it isn't my good friend Crow and the Ashen Chevalier, how time flies. It's good to see you too, Scarlet. The last time we spoke was that little called Georgia ranged right before the war broke out, huh? Look at you all dolled up in your Growser outfit. You sure it's okay to help our group? Wald will be escorting Father Wazzy. Last thing I want to be is a third wheel. Never mind that. Are you sure you're alright, Schwarzer? His behavior has been completely normal, which makes it all the more unsettling. Knowing the instructor, he may just be putting on a brave face so that he doesn't worry us. A very handsome and brave face. I promise you I'm fine, really. If anything, I have too much energy. I can't deny that my left eye feels somewhat restless. That's the kind of thing we're worried about, dumbass. I only pray there is some way to reverse the assimilation process. We'll just have to hunt down that poser and beat the answer out of him. I can only imagine he's preparing to fight us alongside the Supreme Leader's forces. Not that it will stop us from finding him and putting an end to this. Yeah, thanks everyone. I just had to get myself involved in this, didn't I? You could have walked away at any time, you know. She's a kind soul deep down, huh? Yep. Tough on the outside, soft on the inside, like a buttery biscuit. A buttery biscuit base. Don't you start. It's already begun. Given the operation, I would have expected things to be more tense. Weren't you set on sticking to the shadows? I wasn't expecting you to don your old mask again and actually take part in this. My mask is simply to prevent distress in any citizenry who might witness two people with my face. The time for acting in the shadows is past. Now I am but another piece on the game board. Still, I am just as surprised that the two of you are still with us. I wouldn't have thought any amount of mirror would justify the risk of taking part in this operation. Hey, we just don't like to leave debts unpaid. You helped us take care of that imposter of the Emperor. Just think of this as a little bonus from us. That seems fair. Speaking of bonuses, we haven't forgotten about the one you promised us. I'm looking forward to it. There are so many places I want to go with LP once this is all over. I see. Thanks, both of you. Let's stuff our faces silly once it's over. Perhaps this is the goddess's hand at work. Because of the echo. He always has an echo. Again though, like how is this going to play out on the other routes? Does it jump past this if I select the other routes? Like maybe because you see the 3 segments on the route decider. Maybe they'll all be done. Maybe that's how it'll do it. I'm counting on you to handle things as we discussed, Emma. Of course, but satisfying every necessary condition won't be easy. The first challenge will be to make it to where they're waiting, but I'll do my part. I will not fail. We can't afford to. They must be going over the plan they devised last night. I would imagine so. I really hope it works. I doubt we have much to worry about, not with those 3 on the case. Sure. Copy that. Everyone at the east and west entrances are in position. Got it, we're good to go then. It's only been a few days since Crossbell was occupied, but so much has happened that it feels like an eternity. That it does. It was just a few days ago we were lost, unsure what to do with ourselves and separated from one another. But in the end we made it back here. together. We owe a lot to Reen and Uni backing us up too. There's only one thing left for us to do now. That's right, we're going to take back our home. And we'll stake the pride of the Crossbell Police Department on getting it done. This is just business as usual when it comes to us, isn't it? About time we got some payback on those arseholes for thinking they can just take over our old home. Nice to hear you kids still got the fire in your belly. Of course we do. We're not going to go down without a fight.
It's almost time to begin the operation. The CGF will work with the police to subdue the Ebon Defense Force while prioritizing the safety of citizens above all else. Meanwhile, the SSS Class 7 and Rufus Albarea's group will use this opening to make for the tower, where they will apprehend the Supreme Leader. Crossbell's fate rests on your shoulders, everyone. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am!
The time has come.
You can do it, guys.
Hopefully. Hopefully. 9:59 a.m.
Commence the operation! All units advance!
Yes, right and such. The time really has come. We broke through. Yep. Using his echo to our advantage. Flash bomb. Liking the music. Nice use of the shields. Are any of those people on the ground actually dead, though?
Glory for the Supreme Leader!
Stop echoing!
Who the hell are these guys?
Where does that echo come from? It's got to be something to do with the acoustics.
The dance is warping their minds.
Guess the Supreme Leader's done putting on airs then.
Everyone else go ahead. We'll catch up soon enough.
Roger that.
Like that.
I'll leave this to you for now.
Damn right. Now get out of here.
I like how there's a little grail on the hilt. Would you call that a hilt there? I think you would, wouldn't you? On his sword, anyway.
Let's move ahead and find Reen.
And I'll go meet up with Rufus as planned.
May Adios keep you safe, Special Support Section.
Right back at you. We'll rendezvous in front of the tower.
Tell Reen and Uni I said hey.
Will do.
Shall we?
The real battle starts now, everyone.
It's time we take back our Crossbell.
Yeah. Estelle, we're counting on you guys.
No problemo. We've got your backs.
Finale. Hope in Reverie.
Should be about time for the other teams to kick things off.
Then let's do the same. Can't let them outshine us.
You're gonna hate me. But we're gonna end this part here. And in the next part, we'll carry on with the finale. But that can't be it, though. There has to be more that happens after this point, I feel. I'm very, very suspicious of this being called the finale. Because, yeah, sure, if we take Crossbell back, that's it done in terms of Crossbell. But what about the Reverie stuff? Don't feel like we're done there. I don't feel like we're done there. I mean, this is called Reverie, right? So,
Now then.
Now then. We'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.